¿Qué pasó, homiefellas? Estoy aquí con Darius, despite.
But I had a nasty allergic reaction to
Really?
this tattoo.
Yeah.
I do have a spite skull, yeah. Everyone should have a spite skull. If you like spite, you should have a spite skull tattoo.
Yeah. I've been saying like, man, that's the best thing ever, the spite skull. Like,
Yeah.
Because in every release, you have a different one.
I drew it, yeah.
Oh, it's your design.
It's my design.
And are you planning on, like, do you have any plans with future tattoos, or are you just like improvising? What do you think about the neck?
So
that will take a long session. Like long
yeah.
session, because you have a huge neck.
But
Respect the
doing
neck.
Fucking respect the neck, motherfucker. When you're on stage, it's not a recital. If you're not fucking banging your head to your songs, I'm not getting up there and like, do 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 do. You're getting up there, I want to feel every word I'm saying, and I'm going fucking hard the whole time, and that's how I believe it should be. Originally, I thought about getting the spite skull, like just like massive, like tattooed on my back, and I was like, I'm gonna get so much shit for that, but at the same time, like that's my fucking life, man. You know what I mean? Fucking stick it to the man as long as I can. So.
Yeah, that's what you've been doing. If you can think about 3 bands that you've been blasting and you think, this is heavy.
So I'm gonna give you one that I think is obviously obvious, and then I'm gonna give you 2 that I think are some underground, newer bands that I think people should know about. It's agonizing, and you don't hear motherfuckers doing that anymore.
Yeah.
You gotta, it's okay.
What's your favorite tattoo?
Don't look at my chicken legs. All right, I'm not a fucking weenie, all right?
What about your least favorite tattoo? If you had to choose between tattooing your dick or your face, what would you choose?
It's an important question.
Yeah, look.
Las latas no se pueden tener aquí. Viene la policía y tal.
Perdona.
He's gonna give me his best scream, your loudest scream, and then I'll give you my loudest. That's all you got?
Yeah, I think so. Tattoo tour. No tenemos siempre para el tattoo tour. Tattoo tour. Tattoo tour. ¿Qué pasó, homiefellas? Estoy aquí con Darius, despite, y bueno, ya sabéis el formato, el Tattoo Tour, nos va a contar un poco sobre sus tattoos. Podríamos hablar de música indefinidamente aquí, pero tienen un concierto que dar y nosotros un concierto al que atender, así que vamos a empezar. Hi, man.
Fuck yeah.
You understood everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you for being here with us.
Of course, man. I'm happy to be here.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. So, like, people from my channel, they love tattoos, and you have a lot of them. So, tell us a bit. What was your first one?
My first one, goddamn. All right.
Sorry, like you can start.
No. We'll go into the first one. So my first tattoo ever, I was 16 years old.
Okay,
this little
that's
heart
cute,
guy here
though.
with one of my ex-girlfriends.
Oh.
She was like, I want to get a word. Blah, blah, and I was like, we're not getting a word done. I'll take a heart. Hearts are cute. I can rock that the rest of my life. It's not gonna haunt me forever. You know what I'm saying?
She got one too.
Oh, she is the same one. Yeah.
The same one. Okay, yeah. Good couple. So your first one was a
I was
couple.
16 years old.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 16. On my second one, I got create, you know, I was, you know, I think maybe right before I was 18 years old.
Okay.
Well, I don't know how it is out here, but in the US, you have to be 18 to get tattooed.
Yeah, here is the same.
Okay, yeah, so.
Or you can have like the signature, like the permission from your parents.
Sure. Okay, yeah, I definitely didn't do that, but yeah, so I got create because I was like, oh, my mom's an artist, and she'll be like, oh, create, that's so cool, you know, and I wanted her to approve. I hate this tattoo. Okay. So. This is my first, I think, like larger piece that I got. Okay. You know, I really like color stuff, as you can tell.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just the skull, very fitting. My best friend growing up, he had blue roses and shit, and I remember being a kid and being like, I want the blue roses.
I remember those were a thing in the metalcore and deathcore, like blue roses and stuff.
So you know, I didn't really know shit about anything, and I kind of started doing the roses and the skulls and whatnot. I want to go into like some of my favorite ones. These are old. Kind of gave this arm to my friend Chris Astrologo. He does tattoos at Captured Tattoo in Tustin, California, kind of by Anaheim near Disneyland. He's like my fucking boy. I went to a convention, and this is the first one I got by him, was my hand here.
That's really cool.
And I just like fell in love with his style like right away. I just like his colors and his shading. He's very, you know, intricate and detailed. So I was like, hey man, you're gonna do a bunch of my stuff. Like, so he's done, you know, the black and red tiger head. I got the ram skull. This is probably my most complimented tattoo. This is bad. It's also done by him. And I also had him do this spider.
Yeah, that one is really cool. I told you
on
before.
my elbow, yeah. Originally, I was just like, just give me some like demonic bullshit, you know? Like, I'm not really like picky. Like, I have an idea when I get tattoos, and I'm like, I want spider, I want this or whatever. But I really like to give the tattoo artist freedom. I feel like it comes out the best that way. You know, if you go to an artist for a reason, not just like nitpicking, I want this color and this whatever. I'm like, dude, you're the artist. You know what's gonna look best.
Yeah,
you know?
I give you an idea.
Here's an idea, and
do
just run with it. You know what I'm saying? One of my really good friends, he does Outsider with me. His name is Jordan Allen. He tattoos out of LA, and he's done a couple tattoos here. My leg here.
I love that
very
one,
bold, traditional, solid. You know. He also did this one on the back of my leg. Oh God, I gotta explain that one. I have to.
What does it say? What does it say?
It says Noah's BLT was better.
Okay.
So during COVID, you know, the pandemic.
COVID was a good time for a tattoo.
Oh yeah, exactly. Everyone got fucking blasted during that time. What else are you gonna do, you know? But I did this live stream. I'm sure everyone knows Bad Omens at this point. You know what I mean? So Noah and I did a cook-off on a live stream for his Twitch channel. Okay. And it was just like, who can make the best BLT? And our best friends were the judges, and they deemed mine the worst. Mine was definitely better. But this was the price I had to pay. So I either had to get a Bad Omens logo tattooed on my leg, or I had to get Noah's BLT was better. Okay. And that's what I took.
Okay, that's a cool story. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's you know, well, yeah.
Yeah, good stories, good memories.
Yeah, but Jordan's a really good tattoo artist. I know he's done some more of my shit actually. He did my stomach. Okay. I have Hellbound tattooed. Hellbound from Fit for an Autopsy. Okay. We're on tour with them right now. It's like one of my all-time favorite albums ever. It just really inspired me. Nate Johnson was just like such a ridiculous vocalist, and all the lyrics and just like the way that album hits from front to back is just like, it doesn't hit like any other deathcore record for me, and I had, you know.
So you got the tattoo and now you're touring with them. So
and now I'm touring with them, yeah. So it's pretty cool. Yeah. I mean, you're probably way more tattooed than I am, man.
Yeah, but you have a lot, man.
I think this one is one of my favorites, but it kind of gets hidden under there. Yeah. No one really gets to see it. That one is really cool. Yeah, this is Chris as well. He's done all this stuff.
Is it the same artist, right? The
same artist, yeah. This one, my friend Mike Reed did this in Florida a long time ago, and I wanted it to come out a lot better, but I had a nasty allergic reaction to this tattoo, and you could see it. It's just all blown out and whatever. I'm allergic to like oysters and clams and all that bullshit, and a lot of red ink. I guess they use that for some of the pigmentation.
Because I know about the allergies that the red ink creates somehow, but I didn't know it was related to that.
Yeah, so apparently it has to do with shellfish. And so after I got this tattoo for like 2 months, it just blistered, and like my whole body like swelling, my feet, my legs, my lips, and everything. Man, like it was just fever. And it you know, once that's in there, it's like in your skin.
Yeah, you can't do anything.
So once you have an allergic reaction like that, it's going to run through, and it was awful. I think the tattoo would have ended up being a lot better looking if it didn't have so much, you know.
Yeah, it was quite
gnarly reaction to it.
But it doesn't look that. I mean, it looks. But because it's a different. It's a different style than this one's too.
Yeah, if you can read it, it says "Rockin' and Rollin'." It's my American Psycho tattoo. It's Patrick Bateman. It's one of my favorite fucking scenes from the movie. Yeah. So, I thought the quote suited me well. Yeah, I mean, I'm not crazy blasted. You know, this is my heart leg. Okay. So everything on here is going to be heart related. So I got my chain in my heart. I got my heart. You know, the arrows through. My crying heart.
So different like representations of the heart?
Yeah.
That's quite interesting.
Yeah. This guy right here, I think, was actually the last tattoo that I got before I left for tour. My best friend and I, since we were like, 12 years old, which is one of the reasons I started music, we met at this place called Red House, in where we're from in California, in Walnut Creek. So it was a music venue, but they also like had these, they called it Rock Shop, and it was like this place where like, I mean, fuck, man, I was like, again, like 12 or 13 years old. I was playing drums and shit at the time. And people would just get together, and they had these teachers, and they would teach us all these classic rock songs. And we would, random people would just show up. and we would get together and play music, and it was just like dude, it was such an awesome community. And again, shows happen at this venue, and that was my scene growing up. And like, dude, man, until I was like, I want to say like 18, so from like 12 years old to 18 years old, like that was the meeting spot in my city, and everyone would show up from all over the scene. People would travel like an hour to go. Every show came through that venue. And like, again, her name is Sierra. She's my best friend, and she is my best friend. And we both got a matching tattoo. It's a little red house. So it's like,
that's so cute, man.
The, you know, it's like the base of my music career and our friendship. And yeah, so.
You have the like the spite skull here.
I do have a spite skull. Yeah, I had to eventually get one of those. You know, I'm like, I have a tattoo from my mom back here, a sweet one, and then I have a spite skull. Everyone should have a spite skull.
Yeah.
If you like spite, you should have a spite skull tattoo.
Yeah. I've been saying that, like, it's so it's so funny. I've been saying like, man, that's the best thing ever, like the spite skull, like, because in every release you have a different one. Like, are you planning on keeping like? Doing
but it
that?
still stays. You know, the theme. I think that's a staple as fuck.
Yeah.
I actually drew this skull.
So it's your.
I drew it, yeah.
Oh,
so,
it's your design.
It's my design.
Oh,
yeah.
Didn't know.
Yeah, so when I was, I think Spite started in 2014. We came out with that song, Misery. I don't know if you remember, it was our first release, and like, me and my friend Cody were kind of like, all right, well, we kind of have to come up with some kind of like logo here, you know what I mean? And I remember sitting in my living room and I drew it up, and now it's on every shirt and everything. Like, so it's still kind of like it's kind of trippy to see everywhere, and I think about how I drew that shit like 10 years ago almost.
That feels good.
Like,
that feels good,
now it's like it's the symbol. So it's cool.
And are you planning on, like, do you have any plans with future tattoos, or are you just like improvising?
Yeah, I have a couple tattoos I definitely want to get from my dad. You know, my dad passed away
I'm sorry.
less than 7 months ago, and it was really hard for me, but he was a really big driving force in my life, and he's the reason why I think I do what I do. And I definitely want to get some tattoos to commemorate him. And we share, like, his name was Baman. He's Iranian. So so I don't speak any Farsi. I wish I did. But Baman in Farsi means avalanche, and kind of badass.
That's pretty cool.
That's his first name, and I got the I have his middle name. My middle name is Baman. Okay. So I definitely want to get, maybe something in Farsi, Baman, tattooed there. He was a motherfucker. I mean, smoking his Marlboro Reds all day. Really? I want to get like cool, maybe a little Marlboro pack on my leg or something. But I don't know. Originally, I thought about getting the Spite skull, like just like massive, like tattooed on my back, and I was like, I'm gonna get so much shit for that. But at the same time, like, that's my fucking life, man. You know what I mean? And I was like, man, if I'm at the beach or something, or whatever, and just like, like maybe a bit.
Yeah, it represents.
Yeah,
that's a cool idea. I mean, it will take like a few sessions to. Yeah. But that's definitely a good design, like. For you, mainly because
like Sons of Anarchy, fucking like.
Yeah, exactly. Just like all over. And do you like? What do you think about the neck?
So
that will take a long session. Like long session, because you have a huge neck, man. Like,
I do have.
Look at that. Look at that.
That's literally just years and years.
Respect the neck.
Respect the neck, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not fucking banging your head to your songs, we were just talking about this earlier, but like. When you're on stage, it's not a recital. I'm not getting up there and like, do. You're getting up there, I want to feel every word I'm saying, and I'm going fucking hard the whole time, and that's how I believe it should be. And my biggest fear is like when I was growing up, talking to people about music and my friends and shit like that, and they're like, oh, I saw this band, but like, I don't need to see them again. I already saw them a couple times, and I know what that's like and whatever. I'm like, I want to give people an experience where they want to come back and they go, oh my God, I can't wait to fucking see that again. It made me feel a certain way. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's really what Spite's all about, bro.
Do you want to know something? Like, curious about that. When we went to see you last year for the first time, it was one of the first times that we watched a band live. And as soon as you finish your set, the first thing that all my friends and I said was like, man, can't wait to see these guys again.
Yeah.
Like normally it's like, I love this. And then after a few weeks, it's like, it would be great to see them again. But with you, it was like, man, can't wait for the next. Like this was so brief.
Yeah. It
was so intense. It was so this is exactly what you just said that you wanted to achieve with the band. So
it's like
congrats.
fucking horror movies, bro. It gives you you're like almost kind of scared. You know what I mean? Your adrenaline starts going. Sorry, I'm probably hitting the microphone. Your adrenaline starts going, and like I want people to feel what I'm feeling up there. You know what I'm saying? And like every day, bro, it's not like I'm getting up there and I'm like, I gotta play these songs, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't fucking wait to play every day. You know, it's my favorite, it's my time where I can just purge and it's cathartic and everything is coming out and like, it's like therapeutic, man.
Yeah.
That's what music is, and I get tired of people just going through the fucking motions, and I know, you know, TikTok and whatever and how reels and all that stuff, and like I totally get how it's popular, but people are a lot of times putting on just a certain thing now just to like get that like
to get the
you
attention,
know, but like I'm like I want the genuine real shit, you know what I'm saying, and I'm fucking stick it to the man as long as I can. So.
Yeah, that's what you've been doing. Before asking you like the quick questions that I know, like favorite tattoo and stuff, I would love to ask you about like 3 bands that you would recommend, because we were talking about that before. So if you can think about 3 bands that you've been blasting and you think this is heavy. Could be
heavy. You want to do metal music?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just like think off the top of my head before we start this.
Yeah.
Just so I have an answer and I'm not like,
Okay.
Cheers.
Now better. So 3 bands, 3 heavy bands that you would recommend.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give you one that I think is obviously obvious, and then I'm gonna give you 2 that I think are some underground, newer bands that I think people should know about. So favorite heavy bands. Obviously, I'm on tour with them right now. Whitechapel. I think Phil was a huge influence growing up to me, as far as like style and just projection, and like projection is a huge thing for me when I think about vocals and metal music. Again, we're talking about this, but I want to feel the anger. I want to feel like just, you know, when I hear stuff. I started metal music because I needed an outlet, and nothing felt heavy enough, so I was like, I'm gonna fucking do it, you know? So
that's the best way.
You know? So
I'm gonna do it myself.
Yeah. Phil Bozeman's the fucking goat, and that guy still gets up there every fucking day. They still play some of their old shit, their new shit, they're crushing it, but like he gets up there and he does stuff that no one else could fucking touch every day. And I fucking commend that motherfucker, and he's still a huge influence every day, you know? So it's been really cool to tour with him. I think this is the third time we toured with Whitechapel. 2 new bands that maybe a lot of people don't know about. There's a band called Psycho Frame. Okay, so they're they're based out of I want to say Atlanta, Florida. They haven't toured yet. They just debuted an EP within the last year, and I highly recommend, if you like just insane deathcore music, they're gonna hit every fucking point that you like, everything that you want to hear out of it. They're gonna do it, but it also sounds good. It's not sloppy, crappy bullshit. They have 2 vocalists, back to like the OG fucking deathcore shit. It's insane. That's all I can say. It's fucking ridiculous. Hunter, his name's Hunter, he writes all the music for it. And after I heard his band, I reached out to him and I was like, hey, like, we need to start a side project, because I was like, you're doing everything that like, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? So you can look forward to that in the future. But Psycho Frame, insane. I know they're coming out with new music too. And then this band called Orphan.
I've heard those. I think I saw those on your story.
Yeah.
And I was like, shit,
I like
this
to
is
post
heavy.
them a lot. So they remind me a lot, again, 2 vocalists and they're brothers, you know, and for me, Alex, the guitar player in my band, he's my brother, and like that obviously like hits home in a certain way. It's really cool to have that. They're a fucking force to be reckoned with, man. You know, their videos of them playing and shit, they're just smacking each other on stage, and like it's just pure raw anger and aggression. And when you press play on their EP, bro, like it gives you chills. Like you can feel it.
Even the name
Orphan, bro. Like it's just so like you can hear the pain and the hurt in these guys, and it's a release, dude. It's such a release. But they put out a new EP recently, and it's like I just listen to it every fucking day. One of the guys has this voice that it just so it reminds me kind of, I mean he's not ripping me or anything like that, but it reminds me of old Spite, right? It's just like, ah, and you're just kind of like tearing your shit apart, but like it's agonizing, and you don't hear motherfuckers doing that anymore.
Yeah.
You gotta, it's okay.
Maybe we should go there. Yeah.
Sorry, now we're here now.
Yeah, the weather is a bit crazy here in Madrid today. What the hell?
We're switching spots.
Yeah.
But they're fucking awesome. I'm sorry. Orphan's a great fucking band, and again, like the agonizing feeling in that dude's voice, it's just like everything that I feel like I looked for when I was younger and trying to listen to metal when I was like angry and just like off my fucking rockers, and like these guys like take it and they just push it to the next level, and when you hear it, like you're clenching, your blood just starts going, and it's just that's everything for me. So Whitechapel, as far as like motherfuckers who have been there forever, Psycho Frame and Orphan are the motherfuckers of the current scene. So
thank you, man. Thank you for the recommendations.
Yeah, no problem.
So now back to the tattoo questions. What's your favorite tattoo? If you like,
my
you could choose
favorite tattoo. I know I have a favorite tattoo. Oh, I forgot to mention this one earlier. It's kind of covered up. I have an anvil on my leg here. So Spite, if you listen to like everything up till like there's the Misery EP, there's the self-titled Nothing Is Beautiful. In almost every song we use an anvil sample, just like breakdowns and like. That was kind of like before I got the Spite skull tattoo. That was like my Spite tattoo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My favorite, probably my hand.
Yeah.
It's a little faded here, you know, it's obviously on your hand.
Yeah, it's a difficult
like,
area, this one.
He did such a good job at just like working around everything. And
yeah.
Yeah, he crushed it.
And I like the composition that it goes a bit like this, you know?
Yeah, I love those weird,
like the flames.
It's on my,
I love them too.
Jordan did this, a Burning Love tattoo, but I love those like weird colored flames that go.
Yeah, me too. I love that.
People are like, "You sure you want to keep doing those? You have them all over." I'm like, "Just fucking load me up with those, bro."
Yeah.
My right leg. Don't look at my chicken legs. My right leg is completely open. I feel like eventually I want to get like a really dark, like demonic Japanese style thing that just takes up the whole leg. So I've been kind of just reserving that for that.
Smart.
But my neck and my chest I'll probably save for a little bit. I don't know. Something about like tattooing on my, you know?
Yeah, it's annoying, man.
I'll fucking do it, but like just the idea of it, you know. Just,
it's not the best, not the best feeling.
All right, I'm not a fucking weenie, all right?
Yeah. What about your least favorite tattoo?
My least favorite tattoo, probably this one, just because it didn't heal well, bro. You know, I just.
Las latas no se pueden tener aquí, ¿vale?
Okay.
Es que ya vamos a abrir, viene la policía y tal.
Perdona. Terminamos en un segundo y ya está.
They said, please do not drink beer here.
Yeah. So yeah, your least favorite?
That one. I hate this one.
Create.
I hate it. Just sucks. It's just so stupid.
If you had to choose between a tattooing your dick or your face, what would you choose?
It's an important question.
Yeah, look. Really makes you think.
Well, you know, I could probably do some things on my face, you know, that I could, you know, it's whatever. Everyone's got their fucking face tattooed now, like, you know what I'm saying? But it is kind of hard. It's kind of hard to have your dick tattooed. But fuck, what do I put on my dick, bro? You know? You have your dick tattooed?
No, but I
Would you?
might do it in the future.
What are you thinking of putting there?
I don't know, man. Like, just I'm always doing the joke, like my fingers, you know, like this. This sort of thing.
Little swirl.
I don't really know. I will think when the time comes. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm planning on getting my whole body. So then I'm thinking about my dick hanging there, like with this skin.
Just fucking, you know, like you do the blackout.
Just black it out.
Your dick, dude.
That could be a thing.
Yeah. Just the thought of like a fucking needle on my dick sounds just terrible.
Yeah, sounds terrible. Yeah. So that's the last one. What do you think about blackouts?
Like, honestly, bro, I have a lot of friends that have the blackout tattoos, and I think they're sick.
Yeah.
I fuck with that shit. I'm sure I'll eventually like black out some shit and whatever. I imagine, do they just do like fucking hella needles at one time? They just like...
Yeah, it's not as painful as it looks.
I think
it's quite
that,
okay.
like, most of the time, like, it's the single needle shit, like the outlines that hurt like a motherfucker.
Exactly.
When they start shading it in, it's a lot easier. But, yeah. Yeah, I don't know about my dick.
That was a good question.
It
really made you like, damn. So that's it, man. Thank you so much.
Of course, man.
It was a pleasure.
Thank you for fucking having
pleasure
me, bro.
to hang out with you.
You scream?
I used to, but I don't know how to do it.
Okay, how about we do that? You know what we'll do? He's gonna give me his best scream, your loudest scream, and then I'll give you my loudest scream.
I can't.
Yeah.
Ah!
That's all you got?
Yeah, I think so. That was good, man. That was good. Yeah.